Okay, folks, welcome to the daily flying briefing on Friday, the 23rd of April, which is St. George's Day. I know that's because it's my wedding anniversary today, which I managed to forget. So I'm in the doghouse and looks like I'll be doing some apologising when I go home tonight. The forecast for today. So this run of weather has just been incredible. High pressure keeps clinging on, but we're drawing in a very different air mass from where we were perhaps a week ago when we had high pressure established over us. Back then it was coming directly from Scandinavia and across us. Now it's being drawn in really from the southeast, from the continent, and it's a lot more stable air. So you can see this is today's picture. The high pressure is just sat to the east of us, drawing in this sort of southeasterly flow, and not a lot changes for the next 2 or 3 days really. The low pressure is sort of centered west of Spain, and it's just feeding in the fronts across Spain, so it's pretty grotty in that area, but nice over us for the whole weekend really. Not great for gliding, unfortunately, in terms of soaring and cross-country flying. Let's see that in a minute. Wind direction is on the ground pretty much easterly, dead easterly, 8 to 10 knots. I think for most of the day. Farnborough showing 080, 6 knots, Gatwick 0108 knots, and Heathrow about the same, 9-10 knots. They're all showing Cav OK, which basically means no cloud below 5,000 feet. So completely blue day today. Visibility be a little bit poor to start off with before we get a little bit of thermal mixing, but then it will be 10k plus all day. And the upper winds 15 knots, I think, across us. Down in the channel a little bit windier, 25 knots probably, but generally across most of the UK 15 knots. 020, 030, so southeasterly drift. You can see from the sat pit, absolutely no cloud over the UK, just tiny little bits of probably low mist and fog just around London, but that'll burn off fairly quickly and it will be a hot, sunny day. Temperature wise, 17 degrees in places. We'll probably see 15, 16 around us, but it'll feel a few degrees cooler with the breeze today. And dew points are way down, they're sort of 1 or 2 degrees, so absolutely no chance of cumulus today. And when you look at the soundings, you can see the gap between these lines. Normally if you want cloud, it's got to be fairly close together. The gap between these two lines is enormous, so completely dry air. It's just a case of the thermals, how high will they go before they bounce into the inversion? Well, most places seem to suggest with sort of 14 degrees, around about 3,000 feet. I think at best 3,000 feet above here, looking at the predicted soundings, and also the Lark Hill, for what we've got, shows a strong inversion, and then when you plug in 15 degrees, it bounces up to about 900 meters, so just under 3,000 feet. Hotter it gets, higher it'll go, but it won't be going very high today. And I think it'll take a little bit of time to actually get going. Top Meteo are suggesting somewhere around sort of midday before we get any proper, that's 12 o'clock local time, before we get any proper thermals up to 2,500 to 3,000 feet. And then it should stay soarable till mid to late afternoon. If there is a bit of a southeasterly drift, it'll keep a temperature down slightly because it's dragging it across here across the channel, so we may see the thermals not being quite so high here and better further inland. And then sort of cutting off a bit like it did yesterday, probably around 4 o'clock. In terms of cloud amounts, as you can probably guess, absolutely nothing all day, but we may see upper cloud to the northwest associated with a frontal system that's out there. So nice day, a bit breezy from the east. Local soaring, I think, at best, folks, with 3,000 feet if the temperature gets above 15 degrees. Good day for training. And I think it should be fairly pleasant out there, stood at the launch point. Don't forget your sunblock and a hat. The sun is fairly strong at this time of year. Okay, so airspace wise, very, very little really. Southampton is still NOTAMing their operating hours. So Thursday and Friday, it's 11:30 to 20:30 in the evening. And Saturday and Sunday, they've only got sort of half days. So 9 o'clock till 1 o'clock on Saturday, and Sunday 1 o'clock till 8 o'clock in the evening. The only other thing of interest is Salisbury danger areas. The 123 is active and the danger area crossing service is not available. Apart from that, really, really quiet in this area. Okay, what else on the airfield? Jet movements, in theory, 727 going out at 10 o'clock. That's the latest flight plan that I've seen. And a PA31 operating once from 11 o'clock. So a little bit busy on the runway, but nothing too much to worry about. We'll get an update on the 727. It went tech yesterday. Then the crew ran out of hours, so hopefully it'll go today and that'll be it. But we'll give you an update for that when we're actually out on the airfield. Apart from that, if you're intending to fly today, come out and enjoy it. At the weekend, I think same sort of picture. Not a great cross-country prospect, but good for training, good for general local flying. Okay, folks, see you tomorrow on the briefing.